This story gathered a lot of justified outrage, but if you think Desmond is Amazing is bad, well, this reality TV show is exponentially worse. The show I'm talking about is a reality TV show called Dance Moms. It's a show produced by Lifetime, and the ratings are terrible for very good reasons. The basic plot is about a woman named Abby Lee running a dance company in Pittsburgh. This docuseries reveals just how intense these dance competitions are, and even worse, the fact that the dance instructor, Abby Lee, is sexualizing girls as young as 6 or 7 in order to win these competitions. Some of the stuff they show these kids doing is so creepy and uncomfortable, you'd think you were scrolling through Onision's secret video folder. Like I said, I have censored everything. So don't worry too much. Let's begin by breaking down this show and then exposing it for the abomination that it is. The show begins with the dance instructor, Abby Lee, lecturing the child students and telling them if they need anything to come to her, not their parents. We learn that Abby is preparing her students for an upcoming competition in Lancaster, Pennsylvania. On top of this, the mothers in the show are essentially just pimping out their own daughters for the sake of their own ego. Countless times, the moms are depicted being catty towards each other and even throwing each other's kids under the bus. Just some really shallow and cringe-worthy stuff, if you ask me.
Be like Maddie, be like Maddie. Who's at the bottom of the pyramid? Nioh's at the bottom of the pyramid, and it's not right. Who's at the bottom of the pyramid?
Only a little after 5 minutes in the show, we overhear the dance instructor telling a young girl who's no older than 12 to be sexy and to act like she's 17.
You have to be really hot, sexy.
I don't like that move Brooke's doing. That's way too sexy.
Make it like you're 17 years old. The kids are dressed so skimpy, and we're so hot and dynamic on stage that I wanted to do something
What
similar.
the
Now, maybe
fuck?
it's just me, but I don't really think it's very appropriate to be referring to children as hot and skimpy. But apparently for Abby dance instructor and the executives over at Lifetime, that's all fine and dandy as long as it brings in the ratings. Like I said, a lot of the show is just depicting the mothers being bitchy towards each other.
Like, oh my gosh, she kept high-fiving her daughter. And I was like, oh my gosh. She's actually a dance teacher. Well, if she's a dance teacher, why isn't she teaching her daughter? I have no idea.
It's like watching a bunch of Karens at their monthly shopping trip. We see more of the boring show before we learn the big Pennsylvania competition is only 3 days away. This is when it begins to get really, really bad.
Where's the rest of her costume?
Now, I have it all censored, but the dance instructor reveals to the moms that the underage daughters will be wearing extremely skimpy outfits. Abby Lee seriously, unironically, put children in lingerie. Although the moms don't really like it, they go along with it because winning these silly dance competitions are more important to them than the explicit exploitation of their children.
Guys, we gotta wear something. But like when we went to university, like, everybody had outfits on my trip. Oh. Showing off your sexy little bod.
Is anyone
Ew.
triggered right now? This is so blatant, so creepy, it actually makes me feel physically ill. One of the moms even admits that her daughter looks like a literal prostitute, but just continues going along with this.
It's just embarrassing for daughters to be up there dressed like that. They look like prostitutes.
It's obvious that these young girls are being put into conditions that are not only inappropriate, but also just mentally and physically exhausting.
I dance 7 days a week from 4 o'clock to 10 o'clock.
Oh, what the
We don't
fuck?
get home until like 11:45.
This is really not a healthy life for kids this age, especially when you realize a lot of it's done just for the mother's shallow ego. We get more creepy shots of the blonde woman, Christy, encouraging her daughter to dance not so appropriately before we learn this about her.
I didn't cook dinner for my kids. Like, my house is a mess. I have laundry everywhere. Oh, the studio overtakes my life. It's the night before competition, and Chloe was asleep. She's been going from 6:30 in the morning until 9:30 at night.
Christy, go home, clean up the house, do the dishes, and for once, I'm not being sexist. Who dedicates this much of their life to their child's vigorous dance routine? Do your kids even want to be here? Seriously, maybe if you got your priorities straight, you wouldn't be crying. A lot of the ways these young girls are treated is just really bad.
What do you want to do?
Okay, that was cool.
Staying up late, missing school, overwhelmed with work, and it's all filmed for this bright, cute little show.
When I make decisions for my children, I really just try to do it based on
Alrighty
what I
then.
think is
Cool.
best for my kids.
That was a really lackluster boss
That's
fight,
probably
but
why
okay.
you're allowing your 9-year-old
Save the
daughter
clip real quick.